All right, let's dive into something that's quietly changing, well, everything around us. It's called the Internet of Things, or IoT for short. Now, that might sound super technical, but I promise it's already a huge part of your life, probably in ways you haven't even thought about. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, I've got a kind of weird question for you. What if? What if the world, our entire world, was secretly a giant robot? Yeah, I know. It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? But here's the thing. The source we're looking at today argues that, in a way, it's kind of true. That giant robot? Yep, that's the Internet of Things. If you can just hold that picture in your head, everything else we talk about is going to click right into place. So, okay, if we're gonna understand this giant robot, we first need to figure out what it's made of. Let's start with the big question. What is the IoT, really? Let's forget all the complicated tech speak for a minute. At its core, the idea is actually super simple. It's just taking all the regular things in the world and connecting them to the internet. We're talking everything from your car to your coffee maker. It sounds simple, but trust me, the consequences are absolutely massive. So this isn't just about your phone or your laptop anymore. We've moved way beyond that. We're talking about this huge, sprawling network of all kinds of everyday objects. Your speakers, your keys, even your light bulbs and cameras. And they're all talking to each other all the time. All right, so if you want the more textbook formal definition, here it is. The IoT is a system of devices and objects that can send data over a network, all by themselves, without any human help. And that's really the magic ingredient here. They operate on their own, automatically sensing what's going on around them, and then sharing that information. Okay, that's all great, but it brings up a really important question. Why? Why did any of this matter? I mean, who cares if your coffee maker's on the internet? Well, this is where our giant robot gets its superpower. Let's think about it like this. Take a normal, everyday light bulb. It's what you'd call a dumb object, right? It's all by itself, it does one thing. But the moment you connect it to the internet, it becomes smart. Suddenly, it can send and receive information. It can get a command from your phone to turn on. It's that extra layer of digital smarts that's the real game changer. And here's something a lot of people get wrong. A thing doesn't need a crazy powerful computer crammed inside it to be smart. Nope. It just needs to be able to connect to one. See, the real power isn't inside the little device itself, it's in the connection it has to the massive brain of the cloud, with all its storage and processing power. There's a quote from our source that I think just nails it. It cuts right to the chase. Being connected is awesome. And really, it's that simple. That single connection is what unlocks all this potential that just wasn't there before. Okay, so let's go back to our giant robot. If the IoT is the robot, then what are its body parts? Well, according to our source, we can basically sort all these connected things into three main groups. Let me break it down for you. First up, you've got things that only collect information and send it out. You can think of these as the robot's senses, right? Like a temperature sensor or a motion detector. Then you've got the second type, things that receive information and then act on it. These are like the robot's hands and feet. Think of a smart lock getting the signal to unlock. And finally, you have the things that do both. They sense something, think about it, and then do something. That's when the senses and the body are truly working together, and that's where the magic happens. So, when you put all these different pieces together, the senses, the hands, the feet, and that network that ties them all together, what you get is our giant robot finally waking up, and it's creating this entirely new, super responsive world for us. And really, the big takeaway here is that the IoT is making the very fabric of our world smarter, more responsive. It's like we're weaving digital intelligence directly into our physical environment. So what does that really mean? It means the IoT is basically merging our digital and physical universes into one. That line between, say, a website and a chair is getting blurrier and blurrier. It's all becoming one single, giant interactive world. So I want to leave you with one final thought. Just for a second, look around you right now, wherever you are. What's one dumb object in the room that could be made smart if you connected it to the internet? Seriously, think about it. Because the answers to that question, well, that's what's shaping the future for every single one of us.